guys hear the wolves? You hear them? Hey y'all, RoamtownGirl here, and I finally made it to the Wild Spirit Wolf Sanctuary. You know, I've been trying to get here for 2 years. Unfortunately, they closed down because of COVID. But they're open again. Well, it looks like I did really good, and I think I might just be the only one on the tour this morning. Yay! So let me give you a quick 360 before the tour guide gets here. So I started over there. That's the gift shop. You know, I already found some things I just have to have. But the grounds look like this. So we're gonna get to meet everybody who's been howling and yowling and freaking my dogs out. And you guys know how much Shelby loves to play ball. It's very interesting. The two of them really don't want to come out of the RV, even in the safety of their pen. It's like they know this is not their territory. Are you the tour guide?
No,
I'll
be out right at noon.
Oh, okay, no problem. Hi, are you the tour guide?
She will be coming in one second.
No worries. I was right. We are totally getting the private tour. And our tour guide today is Rachel.
Hello.
Let's go meet the animals.
So there are 3 different content levels. We have low, mid, and high content.
What does that mean?
So it's the percentage of wolf DNA in the animal. A low content has anywhere from 1 to 49% wolf DNA. A mid content like Zion has between 50 and 84%. And then a high content has 85 to 99% wolf DNA. So Zion actually has a DNA test, and he has 67% wolf DNA in him.
What else is he? Dog?
Yes. Yeah, so the 3 common breeds to create wolf dogs are German Shepherd, Husky, and Malamute, and he has those 3 as well.
So do a lot of animals wind up here because somebody thought it would be fun to have a part wolf dog and then it became unruly?
Yeah, that is a pretty common reason that our animals come here.
So who are these 2 gorgeous souls?
So we actually have 3 in here. These are our 3 Australian dingoes. They're all brothers.
They're dingoes!
Yeah. So up front we have Glacier. Behind him, digging through the green pile of weeds over there, is Uluru. And this enclosure was recently weeded, so Aussie lost all of his good hiding spots, and he's probably hanging out in the cave house waiting until we walk away. But these guys were initially part of a breeding and conservation program to return the purity of dingo DNA back to Australia, because dingoes are starting to interbreed with domestic dogs, which is reducing their DNA purity. But there was an incident in where they attacked their dingo father, and he ended up getting really serious wounds and had to be put down. These guys were deemed aggressive and kicked out of the program because of that, and the lady who had owned them and been taking care of them started to seek other placement for them. So we ended up with these 3.
So I bet these are high content.
Yeah, yeah. these are 100% dingoes. We have River, and then Rumi just ran out too.
Oh, you guys are just gorgeous.
They are pretty.
Love foxes.
So these guys are 4 years old. They were initially at a fur farm, but they sell them as pets rather than use them for fur.
Aww.
But owning a pet fox became illegal in Virginia, so they had to do something else with these guys. And so they sought placement at a sanctuary for them. But they can live up to 15 years in captivity, so they've got a nice long life ahead of them.
How long do they live in the wild?
Between 3 to 5 years.
Oh, I forget. Animals in the wild have shorter lives because they get eaten and stuff, right?
So red foxes, they can climb trees. So we try to give them more vertical space. But you'll notice that this enclosure is
it's got
entirely
a roof.
topped in on the top, because if it wasn't, they could probably get out.
Ready for my close-up? I gotta admit, I'm partial to the foxes. you're wagging your tail. But you, he looks like the real deal.
So he's a high content, so he just has more wolf DNA in him.
Clearly.
Than Kiara does. So Kiara has, I think she has a DNA test. She has between 50 to 55% wolf DNA, whereas he has between 85 and 99% wolf DNA.
Yeah, no kidding.
Have that 1% dog that makes him a wolf dog. So these guys actually came here together.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so Kiara is about 9 years old and Kovu is around 7 or so. So Kovu's behavior just became too aggressive and predictable when they decided to send him. They also sent Kiara, so he would have an easier time adjusting and he'd have his companion with him.
Yeah.
Here we have Artemis and Balto. Balto is the one alarm barking and howling.
Hi. Is he a high content?
He's a mid content.
Mid content. He's a skittish mid content.
He is, yeah. And he is a very good companion for Artemis. She's doing good for him. She's helping him to calm down and whatnot. This is actually very good for him. So he's just alarm barking and howling. Because he thinks that this is a bad or dangerous situation. Here we have Sarkin, this little male up here, and Katniss behind him. So Sarkin and Katniss also came here together, like Kovu and Kiara. Katniss have some.
Oh, nice catch.
I wasn't expecting. But Sarkin is about 3 years old. Katniss is around 7. These guys came here together. I believe they actually lived with a breeder. And Sarkin used to do some modeling work and whatnot.
You're kidding.
He is a gorgeous boy.
This one, the white one, did modeling?
Yes. But Sarkin is a high content, Katniss is a mid content.
They were using a high content animal for modeling? Oh,
yeah, and he was doing good. Until one day he just wasn't anymore. One day he just became a bit too aggressive and unpredictable to do that kind of work. It came to a point where his previous owners couldn't go into his enclosure to like take care of him and clean and whatnot. So they made the decision to send Sarkin and Katniss here. Sit. Sit.
He's trying.
Good
boy, Erwin.
So Erwin actually lived in 2 private homes before, so he can do sit, he can lay down as well. But Erwin and Naya are both high contents. Erwin is the male, Naya is the gray female in the back there. So Naya is about 2.5, 3 years old right now, and as you can see, she is completely gray, starting to turn white. By the time she's about 5 or so, she will be completely white.
Really?
About completely white.
And are you calling white what these guys are, this kind of cream colored, or white?
Yeah. Naya was actually hand raised in the office. She's been with us since she was a puppy. As you can see, she's a bit more hesitant, more fearful. Since obviously, you know, you're on a one-on-one tour, she is being a bit more brave and coming up closer than she usually would. But Erwin, as I said, he had lived in 2 private homes before he ended up in a shelter, and we were able to go and get Mr. Erwin. So here we have Kiska and Zeeby. Zeeby is the lighter colored male. He's about 12 years old, and Kiska is this more like tawny-ish colored female. She's about 8 or 9 years old. And these two are both high contents. They actually came from a facility in New York who had an issue with their bears escaping.
No!
Yeah. So because of that, they lost their permits to own animals, and they had to do something else with these guys. The 2 options are find other placement for them or euthanize them. So we drove up to New York in the rescue van, and we're able to pick these guys up and take them back here.
So these guys have always kind of been more in a captivity, not in a home, right?
Right.
These two?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't want to forget to tell you that you can camp here as well. So this is the campground, I think, for car campers and tent campers. And I'm now going to walk down to where the RVs get to go. So I just want to show you that it's not too far. That's where the gift shop is. You come down the road and see that yellow sign? That's the RV loop. It's kind of interesting. I think there's private residence back here too, because I see people coming and going. So it's not really 100% secure, just so you know. But it's lovely, especially right now because I've got the RV loop to myself. And the weather's been somewhat comfortable, meaning I haven't had to run the generator yet much. Might have to this afternoon. We'll see. If the clouds keep up, it'll be awesome. It's kind of interesting. I'm not sure which side is the RV parking spot and which side is the drive-through of the road. What do you think? Is that the spot? Is that the spot? I don't think they're done putting the gravel down. But again, which part do you think's the spot? Maybe this suggests it's the outside one. See what I mean about drive-through traffic and that there's probably residents here? We're home! They're singing again. Can you hear them? I have a video. I'm gonna go splice it in and show you. My dogs are broken. They don't know how to howl. That's not a howl. I'm sure some of you might be a little upset that they keep the animals in those fenced-in enclosures, but I want to assure you that they go above and beyond to keep those animals active, both mentally and physically. So the ones that are walkable, they get walked. And the ones that are more sociable, they get human contact. And everybody gets enrichment activities. So those are activities that are designed to keep their minds active and keep their noses active and just generally keep them entertained. I'm so glad that I finally made it here. And I hope that you've had a fun time seeing the last few things before I leave the state of New Mexico. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And if you feel comfortable enough, leave a comment below and introduce yourself. So my original plan was to come for the day, do the tour, and then spend the night here in the RV camping area. But I'm enjoying my time here so much, especially all the serenading from the wolves, that we're gonna stay a second night. See you next time.